esta vida, la traición tan conocida, que no deje mal amor. Quien no llega a la cantina exigiendo su tequila y pidiendo su canción. Me están siguiendo ya la del estribo, y ahorita ya no sé si tengo fe. Y ahorita solamente yo les pido que toquen otra vez la que se fue. Oh, spin it back, man. Barroom, listening to country roll and sing a song. The waitress here, she's bringing my tequila. I start to think about the way you've done me wrong. It only hurts me more to think about you, but I just can't seem to get you off my mind. And here the atmosphere's just right for drinking songs. I'll be sitting in this rincón till closing time. Y quien no sabe en esta vida la traición tan conocida, que no deja un mal amor. Quien no llega a la cantina exigiendo su tequila y pidiendo su canción. Me están siguiendo ya la del estribo, y ahorita ya no sé si tengo fe. Y ahorita solamente yo les pido que toquen otra vez la que se fue. Ah, tócale,
Valley is certainly the originator of so many styles of music. Conjunto, the Tex-Mex. We're going to find out today that it's also the foundation of what we call at one time it was called Chicano country, then it went into Tex-Mex country, then it became Tejano country, but the bottom line is it's great, great music. Now, I've known this family for a number of years. I produced their father, their grandfather, for a number of years, several albums. So when I got a chance to move to the Valley from Corpus Christi and reunite with them again, I was thrilled to death. So many questions that I had for them. I'm proud to say that we are working together once again with my record label, CHR Records. And I'm honored that the very first song that's going to come out early next week is going to be a Christmas song. So I think saluting the holidays is going to be a fantastic thing to do. And come January, then we'll hit more songs. And eventually we're just going to keep going and going and going, like the Energizer Bunny, like their grandfather was, Country Rollin'. I mean, he didn't stop for a minute. He was always touring, whether it was La Villarreal and McAllen or Laredo, San Antonio, Corpus Christi. The man was an icon, a legend. So I'd like them to play a few songs. They've incorporated a little bit of country rollin' into their music. Actually, quite a bit of country rollin' into their music. But they've also become what we call the Kikker Daddy legacy. Now, those of you who don't know, country rollin' was nicknamed Kikker Daddy. And one of the questions I have for them was, how did that happen? When did that happen? I know that several fans called him the Kikker Daddy. I guess we're going back to the old days of country music when they referred to it as kicker music, and the hippie was the beach music, hippie music, whatever it was. But everybody had kind of a little nickname, and country rollin' was Kikker Daddy. So now I am proud to say, 2023, we have the Kikker Daddy legacy. We're kicking them off Gosh, I could talk about them for forever. This is going to be a very long show, by the way. But we just came back from Houston, where they were honored by the Country Music Association of Texas for the accomplishments of their grandfather, Country Rollin'. And when I say grandfather, that's a little bit of a stretch of a word, and I'll let them explain more about it. But right now, let's kick off some music with the Kikker Daddy Legacy.
Here goes another one for all the pretty ladies here this afternoon. This one's off our tribute album, Tribute to the Legend. That's on all digital platforms, so y'all can find that under Kikker Daddy Legacy.
Que sepa bailar sin alborotar, tengo que buscar una linda mujer. Que sepa coser y sepa planchar, tengo que buscar una linda mujer. Que no me llore mamacita de mi vida, no. Tengo que buscar una linda mujer. Que no me llore mamacita de mi vida, no. Tengo que buscar una linda mujer. Se murió mi gallo tuerto, ¿qué será de mi gallina? A las 4 de la mañana yo le cantaba en la cocina. Se murió mi gallo tuerto, ¿qué será de mi gallina? Cocoro yo, cantaba el gallo, cocoro yo. A mi gallina, cocoro yo, cantaba el gallo, cocoro yo. En la cocina, que sepa bailar sin alborotar, tengo que buscar una linda mujer. Que sepa coser y sepa planchar, tengo que buscar una linda mujer. Que no me llore mamacita de mi vida, no. Tengo que buscar una linda mujer. Que no me llore mamacita de mi vida, no. Tengo que buscar una linda mujer. La pollero, la pollita, ¿qué más quiero? Que me sirvan otra copa cantinero. Si mi polla, yo me muero. Gavilán, 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 you took my favorite hen, gavilán. But if you bring me my favorite back, I'm gonna give you all the chicken shack. Que sepa bailar sin alborotar, tengo que buscar una linda mujer. Que sepa coser y sepa planchar, tengo que buscar una linda mujer. Que no me llore mamacita de mi vida, no. Tengo que buscar una linda mujer. Que no me llore mamacita de mi vida, no. Tengo que buscar una linda mujer.
Thank you. Thank you very much. You are too kind. It's an honor to be here with you all today, up close and personal like this. It's a little nerve-wracking, but it's good. It's good. Our most recent project that we recorded back in 2016, independently, called No Volveré. G. George.
One of my favorite Country Rollin' songs.
Cuando lejos te encuentres de mí y que quieras que esté yo contigo, no hallarás un recuerdo de mí, ni tendrás más amores conmigo.
tell us about the guys in the back that, I mean, they are spot on. I told the guitar player earlier, if I could play as good as him, my head would be so big it wouldn't fit to the floor. They are excellent musicians, they are humble, and they give it all they've got, and the commercial style of what they do is awesome. Can you tell us a bit about the background singer, about the background band?
Well, on lead guitar we have Eddie Sainz, a good friend. We've known each other, what, for about 7 years already? Well, we've been really good friends for about 7 years. Eddie is a singer-songwriter in his own right. He's got some great music, very talented. So y'all look him up, Eddie Sainz Music. And we're blessed that he's part of us now and he's with us. You know, he's like family, just like everybody up here is like family. So this is Eddie Sainz on lead guitar. On fiddle over there in the background, we have another singer-songwriter, talented musician in his own right. He just released some music on all digital platforms, so y'all go check it out. Mr. Jason Ellsworth on the fiddle. He's like family too, man. These guys bring their style to our music and they help us bring it to another level, you know. So we got Jason on fiddle, and over here keeping the honky-tonk Chicano country beat. And production on the right end of it is Frank Sanchez on drums. I've known Frank for several years, but he's become family and gotten close with us just recently in the past couple of years. It's a funny little story. He helped us out at a gig. We needed a drummer at the last minute. He had retired from the music business, and he helped us out, and I had posted a flyer on Facebook saying that I needed a country drummer. I needed a drummer who could play country road music. And he called, or he sent me a text, and he helped me one time, and he asked me, what kind of logo would you want on a kick drum? And I was like, well, that's kind of awkward, you know, he's only helped me out once, and, you know, he's retired. And he said, by the way, take that flyer off of your social media platforms because you found a drummer. I was like, really? Who? He goes, me! So he's with us now. He should reach out to the drum. So these are the guys who help us carry on my granddad's legacy. And they're all talented in their own right. Awesome musicians, awesome people. We all fit like a glove. We're like family.
You really do. You fit just like a glove, and the family is, you can just feel the warmth, you feel the tightness, you feel just the melodic structure of what you're doing. So congratulations on that. Now, I'd like you guys to play some more songs.
In 1977. Los Laureles. Ay, qué laureles, qué flores están encendidas. Si piensas abandonarme, mejor quitarme la vida. Alza los ojos a verme. Si no estás comprometida.
Ay, qué laureles tan verdes, qué flores tan encendidas. Si piensas abandonarme, mejor quitarme la vida. Alza los ojos a verme, si no estás comprometida. Eres rosa de Castilla, que solo en mayo se ve. Quisiera hacerte un envite, pero la verdad no sé. Si tienes quien te lo evite, mejor me separaré. Eres mata de algodón, que vives en el capullo.
all you guys.
And while they were in Houston, they went over so well. They were invited to go to a national TV show called the Penny Gilly Show, which I think tapes in Fort Worth and airs all over America and probably the world. And this will take place on February 5th. So look for the Kikker Daddy Legacy Band to be on the national television show of Penny Gilly, and we're looking forward to that as well. So,
Well, do you mind real quick before we do something? I would like to present Patty and her family. If y'all don't mind coming up on behalf of the band, they're out here right now already. But we have an LP of my granddad from the early '80s, and we want to gift to you guys.
wow, wow.
Okay. We're gonna make that Kikker Daddy.
On behalf of the band and our family, this is for you guys. And here's a symbol. All of us in the band, I think, and if we haven't finished signing it before we leave it, we're gonna sign it and dedicate it to you guys. So this is for y'all. Thank you for supporting us and keeping this a legacy and welcome us. Thank you.
That is a collector's item. It's still in its original package. My gracious. Thank you. Kikker Daddy Legacy.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
Come on, Peter.
So we have Peter Avila,
Yes.
Joe Avila, Patricia Avila. These are the three current people who run the Hall of Fame and Museum. And if I can,
The city of San Benito came to us and said, hey, we want to do some music because we want to close down Robertson Street and we want to have food trucks to come back because they had approved food trucks to come back to San Benito. And so, we're like, okay, so how do we coordinate all the music, get the groups? And the first thing that came to mind was that we make a phone call to Rick Garcia. He's been very supportive of this whole organization and my dad's movement. And he was able to get 3 bands to come in. And for the first time, we heard y'all's band. And we were very moved. Y'all, and so we are very grateful that you guys are here. Today I was sitting in the front and I was watching my dad's picture. And I know my dad's happy in heaven along with your dad, Grandpa. So again, we really appreciate y'all coming in, everybody that came. And thank you, and we look forward to another show in the near future.
Yes, sir.
fantastic. Well, the Christmas song, I'm proud to say, will be out on all the digital platforms by the end, well, probably not the end of this coming week, but the first part of the next week. So plenty of time for Christmas. Stream it on Spotify or Google Play or Amazon or iTunes or whatever your favorite platform is. So in the meantime, guys, if you don't mind those three numbers, then we'll open it up for some questions. But those happen to be, the two happen to be my favorite. And of course, the Christmas, I think now is going to be a Kikker Daddy Legacy standard. So take it away.
All right, well, we are all in the same tempo and all in the same key, so let's do it over you. Let's do it together.
Here it is, Christmas Day, and you're many miles away. And I wonder if you feel the way I do. In the air there's happiness, but in me there's loneliness. 'Cause all I want for Christmas, dear, is you. Presents wrapped in green and gold have no arms for me to hold, no lips to whisper softly I love you. Oh, how happy I would be to find you underneath my tree. 'Cause all I want for Christmas, dear, is you. Ya está aquí la Navidad y tú no sé dónde estarás. Y tal vez tú ni te acuerdas ya de mí. En todos hay felicidad, pero en mi tristeza hay, porque solo pasaré la Navidad. Presents wrapped in green and gold have no arms for me to hold, no lips to whisper softly I love you. Oh, how happy I would be to find you underneath my tree. 'Cause all I want for Christmas, dear, is you. Pero solo pasaré la Navidad.
You did it wonderfully. So what I'd like to do right now is, if anybody has any questions for the Kikker Daddy Legacy Band, raise your hand, I'll walk over to you, and I'll pass you the mic, ask your question. I'm sure they'll be very happy to answer. And if nobody has any questions, I've got about 300 or 400. Well, let's talk to you guys. Does anybody have a question at all for the Kikker Daddy Legacy?
My question was like, what is the next greatest advice they got from his grandfather?
That's a great question. What is the greatest advice you got from your grandfather?
You know, he gave us a lot of advice. He gave me a lot of advice. And I'm gonna give more than just one response. My granddad always said, if you don't have anything nice to say about anybody, don't say anything at all. I always took that to heart. You don't worry about who's doing what and who's doing not. You get up there and you do your best. Don't worry about your time slot. Don't worry about who's the opener, who's not the opener, who's headlining. Your people are there to see you, and you always respect your followers and your friends and your fans. Because the minute that you don't, that you disrespect, you're done. You know. You play the 3 like you're playing the 3,000. You know, and he just taught us to always do our best and to always give our all. And what can I say? I learned from the best. And when you see us, it's like you're seeing a controlling show with controlling, you know. So I guess the best advice is just always put your heart in everything that you do and do your best. And don't worry about, here or there, just do what you do. And there's always going to be somebody that can outdo you, so you just do you,
That's a great answer. I see so many. Any other questions? Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. When will y'all have your next CDs or records out in stores?
Well, hopefully by the end of, sometime in January, Rick, right, we'll have a lot of that out. We're just working diligently on it, trying to get it out, but we want it to be the best that it can be for you guys, so we're taking our time as well.
Thank you, Renee, and thank you for the CD and the autographs that you gave me.
You're very welcome. Thank
All
you.
of you.
Thank you for your love and your support. Thank all of you.
That's right.
Did you ever think that you would be following your grandfather's footsteps?
I didn't think that I would be doing it this way, but you know what? I'm happy doing it, and I feel like it's something that needs to happen because my grandfather was a part of the culture here in South Texas, and the way of life for so long that it's our heritage that we need to carry on and continue. So yes, definitely we will be doing it. Did I think I was going to be doing it this way? No, but I'm happy to be doing it like this.
Awesome. That's a great answer. I think we've got time for a few more questions.
What honors or what awards has Country Rollin'
receive?
In the 80s, before it was Tejano Music Awards and the Tejano Music Association, it was the Mike Chavez Awards, Rhetoric. And he did win Vocalist of the Year, Chicano Country Band of the Year, Trendsetters. I mean, they dominated the market in South Texas and Mexico for a long time, like radio airplay, record sales, I mean, all over the place. He did win those awards. He's been inducted into the Tejano Roots Hall of Fame. He's been inducted into the Edinburgh Walk of Fame, the Payne Walk of Fame, the Borderfest Walk of Fame also. He's won several accolades. He used to do a lot of work for the FFA organization. Lilac, what's it called? LULAC. The LULAC, he used to do some work for LULAC too. Several benefit, worthy causes, trail riders associations as well. He has received awards from the Tejano South Texas Conjunto Association as well. I don't remember the exact awards, but I've got them there at the house, and I was in the room today and I forgot them. And then most recently, the one from the CMAs of Texas that was bestowed us for being the founder of Tejano country music and all his contributions to the music industry. So.
You mentioned earlier that your dad loved George Jones. I'm interested to know in what other genres did he listen to, and on the flip side, what other genres do you all listen to? Since music is so beautiful and it could be anything, I'd like to know that.
He was influenced heavily by artists in that time, like Hank Williams Sr., Lefty Frizzell, who else, Cody? Buck Owens. And when you listen to the early recordings, like the one from El Rey de Country that he did back in the day, and like the very first album, it was very saturated with the sounds and the style of that time, like Buck Owens type and Ray Price. But I know he also, of course, he listened to like mariachi music, regional, Mexican music, all kinds, Conjunto Norteño. His music was a hybrid of a lot of that, and that's where he had that passion. When he was a young boy in Flint, Michigan, back in those days, they didn't have TVs, they had a radio that ran on batteries. And it's like that typical story that you hear from Loretta Lynn or any other artist. At night, we all sat around the big radio, we listened to the Grand Ole Opry, right? Well, my granddad used to do that. And then it would fade, and they'd catch a Spanish-Mexican station that played all the rancheras, and he said it was always real staticky, but he loved it, and that's where he had the dream. He's like, I love both, and why can't I do both? And that's where that happened. So I know that he did listen to a lot. It was a big melting pot. As far as I'm concerned, I listen to everything. In my older age, I can't listen to that heavy metal, heavy screaming, kind of stuff. But I love everything, pretty much, and the girls, I know they listen to a lot of stuff. What do y'all listen to? Oh, Gordy doesn't have a microphone today. Here, you can borrow mine. So you weren't singing, or
For the last song.
Were you not singing? What do you listen to, Eddie?
Man, just about everything. I was listening to Foo Fighters on the way over here.
Jason, what do you listen to?
Everything but rap.
When I was asking, country music now is not country music that we knew before. I like the old country, and that's what I listen to. Serious. I mean, you can get all of that on. And I'm not into what y'all are talking about because I don't really listen to the radio that much. If I'm going to listen to something, I guess let me put it that way, it's going to be the old country. So that's what I like the most.
Pretty much listen to
all styles except rap. No. I'm also at church. I'm the worship drummer at our church, so I play Christian music as well. So he's my God giving talent to spread His word and also being part of this family has been amazing.
What do you listen to, Judy?
I listen to everything. I like everything. Gospel music, country music.
We listen to
I like
70s R&B.
oldies. Yeah, I like the older oldies, like the back in the 60s. and
Like doo-wop and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
like all that kind of music. So it's just, but like they said, I don't Well, I have listened to some rap, but I don't really listen to
You know what we both gotten into a lot, like the Jenny Rivera kind of stuff, the stuff that's hitting right now, Grupo Frontera. I'm a big fan of Grupo Frontera, that kind of stuff. And my mom too, and I'm gonna just say this, like 4 years ago, I was like not having any of certain kind of music, and now I love it. I listen to it, everything like that on a daily basis. So I like to see their influences too. It's just a big melting pot of a lot of things, you know.
I think after the show, they came by and visit,
Mhm.
and then you shared a story about how when Nashville came knocking on your grandpa's door.
Mhm.
And can you tell that story? I love that story.
Yeah. My grandfather at that time, he was. They were like we said earlier, they were selling out venues all over the place, and they were actually touring Mexico, and they were touring like New Mexico and some of the bordering states, and Nashville came calling a couple of times, and because of his commitments here, contractual obligations, you know, he did unfortunately miss out on some opportunities. But a news reporter came down, I believe, and asked him, "So when are you going to Nashville, country?" And my granddad says, "I'm not going to Nashville. This is my Nashville. These are my people."
Wow.
So my grandfather, he always felt that the valley was his home. He said it was not his music; it was your all's music. Era la música de la raza, you know. And this was his Nashville. And he loved you guys.
Fantastic. Estilo Del Valle, the music of Country Rollin', and now the music of the Kikker Daddy Legacy Band.